All right. Let's see if this works. If anybody comes back. Um, now I'm not going to be able to screen share. I would have been able to screen share when we were on Zoom, but let's see if you guys are able to see me over here. And we had started the conversation, and I was talking about should you invite people to the LinkedIn challenge? And I started out by talking with folks who are already on LinkedIn. So I'm doing a recap now because there might be more folks who are coming, and now I'll be able to see you when you comment. And thank you all for sticking with me today. All right, so two ways that you can invite people to the LinkedIn challenge if you're already on LinkedIn. First way is check to see if you got any birthday notifications from today or this week. Wish your connections who are having birthdays this week a happy birthday. And then in the message say, I like to give valuable gifts as birthday presents. Here's a valuable gift. It's only $1 when it would normally be a lot more. It's a LinkedIn challenge to help you grow your business all year long. There's one way, easy way to reach out to connections on LinkedIn and offer them the challenge. Okay? Great. I know before, when I shared it before, everybody was like, oh, that's a great idea. Okay, good. The second way is whoever you have as connections. If it was me, I'd be spending a couple of hours or whatever you have to spend just messaging them. Go through your messages. Anybody who has ever reached out to you to make a connection request, message them and say, hey, I don't know about you, but I'm always doing my best to learn more about LinkedIn. I just found out about this great LinkedIn challenge. It's only $1. Since you let me know about something in the past, I wanted to let you know about it. And that's what I've been doing. And folks who have connected with me and who are here now today know that that's what I've been doing because it's really good training. And what I was about to say when Facebook so rudely cut me off was most people on LinkedIn don't know what it means to have an all-star account. You don't have to buy it. You can get an all-star account or an all-star profile rating with a free account. Easy peasy, as long as you've set up your profile correctly. So we're going to be talking about that during the LinkedIn challenge, which people don't know. And why would they care? Because when your all-star profile is ranked that way, LinkedIn then does a very nice job of putting your profile out to people who are likely to want the skills you've said you have. Wouldn't it be great to have somebody come and say, hey, you need to meet this person. Hey, you need to meet this person. You need to meet this person. And of course, now my dogs are barking. That's all right. That's what working from home is all about. All right. So if you would love LinkedIn to introduce you to people that are likely to need your services, would you drop an X here? Let's start dropping the X again. If you like the idea that LinkedIn would actually bring people to you who could use your services, that's reason number one to invite people to the challenge who are already on LinkedIn and understand the value of it. So Monique, welcome back. Cornelia, Theory, Carla, Crystal, Tiffany, Monique, Greg, wonderful. Tony, I wanna and I connected over on LinkedIn today. Jerry, hey, Shannon, Carol, where can I find the invitation on the MLSP site? Carol, log into the MLSP website. Right on your home page, the invitation with your affiliate link is already made for you right there on the home page. Just copy it and share it. Tony, that's a great idea. I have a couple. Yep, Anthony, you're back. They ruined Facebook. I don't know. Maybe they don't like us talking about LinkedIn. We'll see how long I get to stay here. All right. Let's see. Tiffany Glessy. Yep. All right. Yeah, I was wondering what that meant on my account. See? Think about how we could ask people, do you know what it means to have an all-star profile here on LinkedIn? 9 times out of 10, people go, I have no idea. And they'll say, that's why you're missing out. That's why you're missing out on connections. LinkedIn will bring you connections if your profile is an all-star rating. Stacy's going to teach you how to have an all-star rating. I am. All right. So if you're already on LinkedIn, that's how you can start inviting people to the challenge. Okay. Hey, Rick, glad you're back. Okay. Oh, Anthony, I was just a joke. I don't think so. Okay. Shannon, I have a LinkedIn profile. Haha. I was one of them on all platforms before I got introduced to MLSP. Janet, is there training info on 5-day challenge in MLSP back office? Couldn't find anything last night after the webinar. I don't know what you mean. This is going to be the training on the 5-day LinkedIn challenge. It's the information about it is on the sales page. And once it's recorded, then it'll be available in the back office. So if I'm missing something, Janet, I need a little more information, please. All right, my panelists, the panelists from last night, get ready because I'm going to be asking you questions too. And then for everybody, just start dropping your questions. Okay, Monique says a all-star rating. All right, you all-star, congratulations. All right, for those of you who are not on LinkedIn yet, can you please drop an X? You're not on LinkedIn yet. I want to see how many of you there are here, because if you're not, there's another way for you to invite people to the challenge. All right. It's a different way. You're not on LinkedIn, so you're not going to go talk to people on LinkedIn. Is there anybody here that's not on LinkedIn yet? Ursula's not. Cornelia's not. Okay. Okay, Sylvia, you receive an all-star rating by having your profile set up correctly. It takes time for me to explain how, which is what the challenge is about. I'm going to teach you that along with other things. So thanks for that question. You're going to want to participate in the challenge so I can show you. Okay, so Jan says, okay, the dates and times from last night are the training. Yes, most trainings are listed as a member course. Janet, the reason they'd already be listed is if they were already recorded. There's never been this before. This is the first time this has ever been offered. A couple of years ago, there was one Wednesday webinar on LinkedIn and it was turned into a blog. But that's outdated information now, a lot of it. So that's why we're updating it. And so you're here for the launch of the information, and anybody's on the challenge will be part of the course that winds up in the back office. Okay, Sylvia, great. I'm glad you liked that. And thanks for noticing my name. I appreciate that. Okay, so I got the questions for the couple of people who aren't on LinkedIn yet who are here. Others, I'm sure, will watch the recording. Here's what you could do if you wanted to. If you're going to do the training, then you could put on your personal profile page a question. Any of my friends want to learn how to use LinkedIn? Just a very simple question. Do any of my friends want to learn how to use LinkedIn? And if you've been building your audience and bringing in friends who match your profile, you might actually get some people who say yes. Shout out to Elisa Mardigan. I don't know if she's here right now. She was one of the panelists last night. That's what she did. And she's got, if you've been watching the VIP group, you can see she's been welcoming people into the group because they've signed up with her for the challenge. Just by asking the question, any of my friends want to learn how to use LinkedIn? There you go. It's that simple. And when they write you back and go, yes, you go, good. I want to learn it too. I'm doing this training. Do you want to jump into the training? It's only $1. You don't have to be an expert. Okay, I'm doing the training for you. Just be honest. You want to learn? You wanted to see if anybody else wanted to learn with you? You could all be study buddies. I know Coriani puts that phrase out there. Corey, if she's here right now, I don't know. But Coriani uses the term, just come be my study buddy and we'll learn together. So that's how you could share the LinkedIn challenge, even if you're not on LinkedIn yet. Just be honest and say you want to learn. Okay, now I'm going to start taking a look at the questions that are already here. And I'm going to ask the panelists to also look at the questions, and feel free to answer those questions as you see them coming in if you've got an answer for folks. All right, Shannon says, oh no, that wasn't a question. Okay, how do you receive? Okay. What can I put, Shannon, what can I put for now on my profile? I'm in network marketing and affiliate with MLSP. Okay, so Shannon, are you talking about your bio line? What can you say about yourself on your profile? And do you mean Facebook or LinkedIn? Because I'm going to go deeply into this during the challenge, how to set up your profile on LinkedIn. So tell me a little more. Are you asking what to put on your profile on Facebook? Are you asking me what to post to get people over to the challenge? Or are you asking me how to set up your LinkedIn profile? Give me a little more. Okay. Replying to Shannon, Tiffany says, I put that I'm a consultant. Okay, how do you find out how long you've been on LinkedIn? Okay, there's a question. Let me go over to LinkedIn and see under your profile page. If you go into your account, okay, that would be not your profile, but your actual account. You'll know how long you've been on LinkedIn. And just out of curiosity, why would that be of interest to you? What is it you want to do with it? Okay. Christelle asked a question on who used LinkedIn and who attempted to but want to know more. That alone got me people to the mastermind, and people just signed up for the challenge. Wonderful. And that created some awesome dialogue on using LinkedIn. I love it. You're doing it. You're doing it, Christelle. All right, Monique. Stacey, last night you said consultant on LinkedIn, thoughts on consultant on Facebook. Okay. Let's think about Facebook is more conversational, more of friend to friend. LinkedIn is more peer to peer in business. It's not social, it's sales. Two different mindsets I mentioned last night. So where does coach versus consultant come in? Well, if you're really a consultant, like if you've trained to be a consultant and you really feel tied to that, then go ahead and put it on Facebook and LinkedIn. But if you're more of a coach, better to use the term coach on Facebook, and here's why. Consultant means pricey. Pricey. On LinkedIn, people expect you to be a professional and pricey. On Facebook, they expect you to be more friendly. So if you put consultant on Facebook, people aren't going to tell you, but they're going to go, oh, I probably can't afford her. So coach is a more friendly term. Consultant is a more professional term. So Monique, I hope that helped you with that. Okay. Now, but are you a coach? Are you a consultant? See, that's where we're going to get into more detail about who you are. And I'm going to talk about you want to position yourself for your audience. Okay, Jen says, thanks, Stacey. Only 95% organized behind the scenes for home office productivities. Okay, no worries. All good. Okay, what if you have an audience that isn't very much on LinkedIn? That's the question I was waiting for. Right there. If your audience is not going to be on LinkedIn, don't be on LinkedIn. Did she really just say that? Did she really just talk people out of it? Yeah, I did. Because what's the point of wasting time if your audience that you think is your audience is not on LinkedIn? Well, what I want you all to think about, so now we're going to shift into Is your audience there or not? It comes down to who are you and who are you not? Okay? Who are you and who are you not? If you are somebody who is focused on getting to the top of your network marketing biz, that's what you want. That is your goal. You're perfectly happy selling products. Okay, you don't want to, you're not even interested in using the generic lead gen campaigns here or any of those. You're just really good at selling the products of your company and you know how to do that on Facebook. Stay on Facebook. Stay on Facebook. And you might say, but Stacy, you said LinkedIn's all about sales. It's about sales, but it's not about consumer products. Okay? There's a difference between business to consumer and business to business. Software solutions to a company is business to business. Skincare for reducing wrinkles is business to consumer. Oils for stress, business to consumer. And I had this conversation with a coaching client this morning, private client, was that this has been the thing that they've been doing wrong because what they thought was, well, busy professionals are stressed out. Well, yeah, we're all stressed out. So she thought every time she would post about if you're a busy professional, I've got an oil to help you reduce your stress, that they would come in droves and nobody's coming because they're not thinking about their personal lives when they're on LinkedIn. Personal life is Facebook, friends, social time. They're thinking about doing business on LinkedIn. And where that culture came from was on recruitment. LinkedIn was used for job hunting and job recruitment. And then it's been branching out little by little. Business services are working with a consultant, getting digital marketing training. Notice I said digital marketing training as opposed to social media marketing. Anybody getting booms at this moment? That's why I said there's going to be new language to learn on LinkedIn. So if you're on Facebook and you just want to sell your products, better stay on Facebook. But if you have a team already, doesn't have to be a large team, you already have a team, you've got team management experience. You have team sales experience. You could position yourself on LinkedIn as an expert in team development or team management. Or if you're really good at productivity, so stay with me here. Let's say you've been thinking about selling your products because they help people sleep better. Okay, good. Well, if we get better sleep, we're more productive. So drop me an X. If you agree, better sleep equals better productivity, drop me an X. We're going to play a little bit here. And I hope this is okay with everyone because I know there's more questions coming in and we've got some time. Drop me an X if you believe that better sleep leads to increased productivity. And I'm praying that Facebook is. Okay, got some. Yep. Okay, good. You're with me. So let's say you have really spent a lot of time learning about why good sleep is important to productivity. Productivity is something that businesses need. Their staff needs it, the company needs it. Productivity leads to profitability. Don't go promote sleep products on LinkedIn. Be a productivity expert. A productivity coach. Anybody get a brain boom? Just curious. Just curious. Brain booms here? Could you then change your profile on Facebook? No. Be a sleep expert on Facebook. Be a sleep coach on Facebook. It's friendlier. Productivity is a business word. Okay? So you could write the same post, take out sleep, put in productivity, people would respond. But I say, well, yeah, if you know the brain's going bingo, bingo, boom, boom. Yeah. If you put yourself back into business world, then you will understand the difference in languaging. Okay? I mentioned last night, people are not on LinkedIn all day long like they are on Facebook. They don't leave LinkedIn up. They're like, they'll go in and check a couple of times. When the day is done, they're on Facebook. So if you want to capture their attention, maybe they're working late, maybe they're working on a report, maybe they're catching up on emails related to business. They might go through their news feed. It's got to look like something that is valuable to them in their business. So that's what I'm going to teach you during the challenge. Yep. And change not just your thinking, but recognize that they're not interested in gut health. I said this last night. I'm going back up to get more of the questions here. They're not interested in gut health unless they're dietitians. I'm going to teach you how to go into groups where people care about that stuff. See, come off your page, your profile page, and into groups on LinkedIn where professionals are hanging out. There are groups of dietitians. There are groups of health coaches. There are groups of skincare specialists. There are groups of realtors. There are groups of nurses. Bigger groups of nurses on LinkedIn than even on Facebook. Just looked at that for somebody. I'll show you where to find your people where you can talk about the stuff you want to talk about. But you're not going to do it on your profile page because what goes through the news feed goes to everyone on LinkedIn, and that's where you want people to start making connections with you. So there you go. And we're going to get into that. Okay, we're on fire here. All right. Really. Let me see. So we got X's, avid reader, hundreds of articles on sleep. Boom, readers are leaders. Okay, cool. Promote benefits, corporate mind, change your thinking. I must monetize the fact that I read tons. Okay, without plagiarizing. Janet, I'm not sure that reading is important to anyone. What's important is what knowledge you've gained from your reading, hon. That's what you want to identify. Stress relief solutions to help them increase productivity. But again, Monique, you're not going to say I have stress relieving solutions. You're going to say on LinkedIn that you've got productivity tips. That's what you're going to say. Productivity tips. Okay, can you do a shared screen? I wish I could, Christelle. Not if I was still on Zoom, I could share my screen. It's not possible here. So come to the challenge and I will be sharing my screen, and let's pray that we are able for me to do that without having to go live. All right, I've got a bit of an issue here. It's only letting me see somewhat of the comments. So hang with me while I go into the group and see if I can scroll back so I can get all of your questions. Okay, I think I'm in the right place right now. Yeah, okay. Getting more and more excited for this challenge. Come on, I know there were questions. There were the X's. For the X's? You may have to drop me the question. Okay, Natasha says, I need to sell products and build a team to teach them how to do so. All right. Well, if you want to sell products, Natasha, then Facebook is going to be the easiest. Well, that's where most of the training is here inside of MLSP. You could start with my Go for Yes challenge, which is in your back office, then go straight to posting for profits. Oh, by the way, it's also here in the VIP group under guides. Go for Yes, 5 videos, teaches you how to identify your audience and what to say to them to sell your products. Then posting for profits with Aaron Birch is also here. We'll also tell you how to sell your products through your posts in the right way. And then prospecting and recruiting with Aaron Birch is here under guides. And that'll teach you, once they start responding to your posts, how to get them on a call and sell them. So LinkedIn, different animal. And if you're just getting started building your team and selling your products, then you might feel better starting out here on Facebook, which is where MLSP teaches everybody to begin. LinkedIn is for those who are ready to expand to a more professional audience. All right, I think I found your questions. We're getting there. Okay. Monica says, I found out I have 5 connections. I've never connected because LinkedIn is not like Facebook. I can just reach out to those 5 using just exactly. All right. So if you go onto your LinkedIn profile, if you haven't used it, I had shared last night, LinkedIn is not like Facebook in one wonderful way. Nobody expects you to be there every day. Nobody expects you to be there every day. Everybody there expects you have a life and you've got a job of some sort. You're either an entrepreneur or you're working for somebody. You're busy. People on LinkedIn are busy. So if you haven't been there for a while, no one's going to look around and go, why haven't you been around? Versus earlier today, I was showing somebody how to make friend connections here on Facebook. We went out, and this person had not been on Facebook for a week or so. Well, if they're not going to be on Facebook regularly, that's not somebody I'd want to have as a friend because that means they're not very social. But on LinkedIn, it doesn't matter. And you actually would never know on LinkedIn when was the last time they checked in. There's just no way of knowing that because not everybody writes posts on LinkedIn either. A lot of people just make connection to connection to connection. And once your profile is at all-star status, that just happens all day long, like clockwork. Connections come by you. You can say yay or nay. They're just going to keep coming. So that's another reason. So if you go and you've only had 5 connections, but you haven't been in touch with them for a year, no one cares. Just reach out to them now. It'll be fine. They would never know that you were not there for that long. Okay, Monique, you're welcome for the psychology. Okay, yeah, sales. Now, it's Tiffany. Here's, okay, I didn't say that very well if that's what you took away from it. On Facebook, Facebook is social and it's business to consumer. So if you just want to sell CBD directly, like you don't want to brand yourself. So I'm going to get into branding here in a moment. Business to consumer, good. Facebook is great for that. Instagram is even better for that, actually, because on Instagram, you're able to share pictures of your products and nobody minds because that's what Instagram's all about, pictures of stuff. Facebook is about making connections with people who really want to join your team, not just see the picture, see what you have to say about it, and go buy it from someone else. See, that's Instagram. Just because they saw it on your profile on Instagram doesn't mean they're going to buy it from you. They're going to see what you said about it. If they like it, they're going to go, oh yeah, I know somebody in that company, and they're going to go buy it from them. On Facebook, we teach you how to sell product, but not by doing it straight in a post, but by creating curiosity so people have to contact you to get the information. Go for Yes challenge, posting for profits, prospecting and recruiting, all here in this group under guides. Just follow the instructions that we give you in the videos and watch how fast you start leading people onto your team within 3 weeks. I mean, it could be faster that's one video a day for 3 weeks. If you want to watch all 5 in a day, you can do it within a week. You will know exactly how to do it. So that's Facebook, business to consumer. LinkedIn is business to business. One business person to another business person, making a connection because one of them will need the services of the other. It's great if you both need each other's services. But let's think about this. A physical business has a water cooler, right? Water fountain, the water bottles need to be replaced. So a water supplier would be on LinkedIn to make connections with companies in that area, in his or her delivery area, to make connections to offer their water membership. It would be like a membership or a contract, not over on LinkedIn. There's contracts, not memberships. And that would make a great sense for a water supplier to be on LinkedIn. Wouldn't make a lot of sense for somebody who delivers water to companies to be on Facebook. Business to business versus business to consumer. So Tiffany, I hope that helped explain it a little bit better for you, and let me know if so. All right, Monique, coaching to help a yoga teacher grow their business would be business to business, right? Yes, it would. Monique, I'm going to say though that figure out what kind of coaching a yoga teacher needs. So this is for everybody. I'm going to expand on this. It's like, okay, get ready. I'm going bigger. Because that's the thing about LinkedIn. You can go big. A yoga teacher might need coaching on how to fill their classes. So what does that make you? That makes you somebody who knows how to help people, because if you can do it for a yoga teacher, you can do it for other people, how to fill their classes. So you could be a marketing coach. You can just call yourself a marketing coach or an audience building coach. But on LinkedIn, it would be a consultant. Remember? Consultant, Monique. So be careful about falling back into the coaching world on LinkedIn. So you are a customer attraction and retention specialist, consultant, expert. Now, if you want to focus in on yoga teachers, you would find a group of yoga teachers on LinkedIn, of which there are. That those yoga teachers are going to be really professional yoga teachers. That's why they're on LinkedIn. They are connecting at a professional level, yoga teacher to yoga teacher. That's the reason for the group. So if you want to coach yoga teachers, you must be a yoga experienced teacher too to go into the groups. Okay, so that becomes the other qualification. Really, on Facebook, it would be a good idea too, but you could probably get away with being a yoga student on Facebook and get into a yoga teachers group. But on LinkedIn, if it's for yoga teachers, you better have the credentials to be a yoga teacher. What you could do on your profile, as I said, is you could be a customer attraction, student attraction expert, audience attraction expert, and then you could focus in on yoga teachers because there is a way on LinkedIn, and I wish I could show you, we will during the challenge, where you can search for people by title. So you can search for insurance agents. You can search for health coaches. You can search for realtors. You can search for network marketer, although most people don't put network marketer in their profile. You can search for social media experts. You could search for dog groomers. You could search for chiropractors, nurses, doctors, salon owners. Okay? Why? Because they put their title, their business title in their profile because they want to connect with people in the same industry. That's who they want to connect with first. So we have to remember people on LinkedIn want to connect first with other people in their industry for job hunting, if that's what they want to do, or for best practices. Here's a term if you've never heard it before. Best practices means tips, but that's the term used on LinkedIn. Best practices. Tips is too lightweight and airy-fairy. We offer tips on Facebook. We offer best practices and principles on LinkedIn. I promise if you're starting to go, oh my God, this is too hard now, it'll come. I promise you it will come by the end of the challenge. You'll be there. If you've ever worked in corporate America, it'll come right back to you. You'll remember the lingo and the terminology. All right, going back to questions. I hope that helped, Monique. Boom, boom. I need to sell. Okay, we did that. Let's see. Going to love LinkedIn. Tired of getting friend requests from creepy guys on Facebook. Okay, guess what, Janet? The bad news is there's creepy guys on LinkedIn too. They are. They're everywhere. So you've got to check out somebody's profile just like you do on Facebook, and then you just delete those ones on LinkedIn too. I wish I could tell you all you're going to avoid that, but you're not. Okay, there's my doggies. Okay. Getting more and more excited for the challenge. Cool. All right, I think that's it. Online marketing coach would then become online marketing consultant. Yes, that's it. You've got it. You've got it. You've got it. That is how we do it. Okay. Okay. So Cornelia, your question, I can find people, it's a question. Find people need to want to work from home or want a side business? No, it's not going to be that simple. Okay, it's not going to be that simple. You can't search for wanting a side business, work from home. That's Facebook, Cornelia. What you can, I will help you during the challenge. If you want to know about people that are looking to find a side job is not recruitment. When we think about recruitment as network marketers, it means something completely different to somebody on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, they're looking for a corporate job. They're looking for a job recruiter, not a network marketing opportunity. So, how to be paid more of what you're worth, a coach that can offer them that, how a credit consultant. There are other ways off the top of my head. They're not coming to me at the moment because what we need to do is really change your profile and change the mindset. What you've asked me, that's a perfect audience for Facebook. People looking for side hustles. Okay? There's another way to get to people who need to save money for retirement. So and that doesn't mean you're going to be that person. I also want to apologize. Some of you do not have the credentials to really call yourself something. But if you are in a credit repair business right now and you've got retirement strategies, you could be a retirement consultant on LinkedIn because you already have the training on how to help people begin to retire. A retirement consultant on LinkedIn is interesting to someone. You might say, well, how is that business to business? Isn't that business to consumer? No, because everybody in the corporate world is thinking about retiring at some point. They know they're going to have to, and they know they need to be prepared. So they're looking for financial planners. Now, a financial planner requires an actual training and certification. So don't go call yourself a financial planner if you haven't had that. But they're looking for insurance people. They're looking for financial planners. They're looking for retirement specialists. Okay. They're looking for travel agents. If you can legitimately call yourself a travel agent, you can be on LinkedIn without changing a thing. So if you're in a network marketing business, your actual title is travel agent. Boom, boom. All right. They want to do business with travel agents who are on LinkedIn because that indicates a more professional approach to things. It's what they want. If you're on LinkedIn, automatically you gain more trust because they assume that you've gone through the hoops to be on LinkedIn, so you must be more professional than people on Facebook. All right, so Cornelia, going through the challenge will get your question more identified. Oh my gosh, how could it be this time already? But it is. All right, I guess I'm going to go over a bit. I hope that's okay with all of you. If it's not, you'll leave, I guess. Okay. Uh, okay, Monique likes that people on LinkedIn are busy. Some people on Facebook can feel needy. They unsend messages if you don't reply immediately or within their time frame. Okay, so this is a really good point. Don't expect people to respond quickly on LinkedIn. So those of you who need that, you need that immediate gratification, you're going to get disappointed because people don't. You can send a message and they may not respond to you for a week. They may not respond to you to the end of the day, and you respond right back because you're still on there, and they don't respond to you again for a while. It doesn't mean they don't like you. And we talked about this in the webinar last night. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, we went to the panel and we all talked about this concept that LinkedIn is not about emotions. If you need gratification, if you need validation, like you thrive on the touchy-feely feelings, I love that. I thrive on touchy-feely feelings too. I just don't expect it on LinkedIn. I get it on Facebook from my connections. On LinkedIn, I put on my skin, that suit of armor, and I go do business to business communication. Remembering that most of the people there are in some sort of professional environment where they have to check, I used to say, check their soul at the door, check their feelings at the door. Okay? They don't do therapy there. They don't process feelings with each other there. They're there to get their job done. Okay then. So I'm giving you fair warning. If you come to the challenge and say, I wrote somebody a message and I haven't heard back from them yet, and I'll say, has it been a year? And you go, no, it's been 24 hours. I'll go, okay, when it's been a year, let me know. That's what I'll say to you. The idea is to keep moving. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. We've been saying this about Facebook too, but on LinkedIn, you really have to take that seriously. Keep moving, keep making connections. There's billions of people on LinkedIn. Send your message. If you go, well, but I want them in the challenge. Well, they may miss the challenge because they didn't check in on LinkedIn this week. Keep moving. Keep making connections. That's the word. Really, I'm going to keep coming back to that. Just keep moving on LinkedIn. Make another connection. Make another connection. Make another connection. All right. Um, it's interesting that there are some groups for makeup artists with a large audience on LinkedIn, but don't seem to be too active. I'm aware this audience is mostly on IG or YouTube as well. Okay, entrepreneurial makeup artist theory. That's great. I'm glad you're searching. So let's talk about why that would be. And by the way, for the rest of you, I don't mean to be ignoring. I'm just going through the questions. I hope if this is still valuable for you, can you drop me an X so I know you're still here? And I mean, I can see there's 47 people here, but are you here? And is this of value? And if not, then ask me what you want to ask me. I'm sticking around for about another 20 minutes. All right, there was a time that LinkedIn existed before Instagram, before Pinterest, before TikTok, before Clubhouse, before Facebook. The land before time was LinkedIn. There was MySpace for kids and teenagers, and LinkedIn that took the same concept and said, I think we can do this for business. And for a while, that's all there was. Till Facebook came around, I think about 18 months after. And, so it wasn't like Mark Zuckerberg had the idea first. There was, what did I just call it? MySpace. And there was LinkedIn. And Zuckerberg said there has to be something in between for people like us in college who are getting ready to be professionals, but we're not ready for the job market yet. And we're too old for the tweens. That's how Mark Zuckerberg got the idea for Facebook. It's not like he created the concept, which people think. Okay, not taking anything away from him, just saying he didn't invent the idea. So there are groups that have been around for a long, long time before other platforms served their needs better. Now that said, no groups on no groups on LinkedIn are active. If you're comparing them to Facebook, a Facebook group that's active is where the admin's in all the time. There's posts all the time. People are commenting on the post. That would be an active Facebook group. An active LinkedIn group is the members have posted something. They just dropped it in there. I do this all the time in groups. You drop something in there. You hope that maybe when someone comes in to post their stuff, that they see yours and they like it. That's an active LinkedIn group. You don't join it for all the engagement in the group. So here's an advanced tip. You join a LinkedIn group so that you can send connection requests. So theory, depending on whether those people, I mean, they still obviously have a LinkedIn account. Just start sending connection requests to makeup artists, professional makeup artists who are there, who are in the group. Join the group, get accepted in, and then just start sending connection requests. You'll see the people, check out their profiles, see if, there are people you want to know, and then send them a connection request. And then you can also try to find them on Facebook or Instagram and see if they moved over there. So it's a wonderful hunting ground too. Okay, yeah, boom, customer attraction retention specialist or consultant. And you are a yoga, so Monique, good, great. Be that to the audience on your profile page and then go into the yoga group and show up like a yoga teacher who can also help them grow their yoga businesses because you understand the audience. Yeah, there's a way to delete previous job titles. Just go in and edit your information. So we'll show that on day 2 of the challenge where I show you how to set up your profile. So yeah, you can do that right now. You don't have to wait. Just go to your profile and edit it and take stuff out. Glessie's saying she's remembering her corporate terms. Yep, the language is, I know, we shut the door on the corporate world, said bye-bye. Yep, wave to the hand, bye-bye. Well, we got to bring some of it back if we're going to meet people who are still there through LinkedIn. Okay, Monique had a yoga teacher reach out to her for help getting people to his classes, but my audience is all spiritual entrepreneurs. So client attraction and retention specialist feels nice. Good. Okay, delete the creepy requests. Yeah. If you want to help women with raging hormones get their corporate career in better shape, what would your title be? It wouldn't be on LinkedIn, Jerry. That's why I'm saying not everybody's going to be able to really use LinkedIn. It's an extra if you can. People with hormone issues, easy to find them on Facebook. Menopausal women. There on LinkedIn, you would find people who are experts in dealing with menopause. Chiropractors, nutritionists, naturopaths, okay? If you can hold your own with them, if your title matches theirs, you can go into groups and meet those people. And then let them know that you've got products that could help them help menopausal women. But I can promise you, if you do a post like hot flashes at work, it's going to sound like a commercial. And again, you all may say to me, but Stacy, you said sales, but not business to consumer. So Jerry, products that help menopausal women, business to consumer, whether they work in corporate America or not. That is not a business to business product that you can promote on LinkedIn. It has to be business to business product. Coaching, consulting, professional services. And I think that's the best way for me to say it. Look up, go to Google, look up what are considered professional services, and then you'll know whether or not you can be one of those. Okay? Does what you do fit under professional services, and can you give yourself legitimately a professional services title? That's what you want to be able to do. So, Jerry, my answer to you is what professional service? Look it up and then decide what professional service you provide that you can put on LinkedIn. Okay. A project manager? Yeah. In fact, virtual assistance is a professional service. So a project manager, if you're looking for a job from a company, put project manager on your profile, and that'll go out and you'll start getting asked if you want to be hired as an independent consultant to work on projects. Yes. But that's what they're going to expect you to show up and do. They're not going to ask you, they're not going to expect you to go, oh, and by the way, I've got products for menopause over here. If you want to be hired out as an independent consultant that does project work, then call yourself a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants get hired all day long on LinkedIn. That's what people are looking for. Or independent contractors. Okay, good question. That was a great question. I have a certificate in hairstyling and sell hair care, but I don't work in a salon, just from my home. Okay, well, if you can legitimately call yourself a hairstylist, then you're good. Then you can hang out with salon owners and stylists, and there's group for salon owners and stylists. Okay, my dog Frankie is agreeing with me here. If you have a life coach certificate, is that relevant on LinkedIn? Yeah, and you can say you're a certified life coach. Yeah. Is it going to get you more than a consultant? No, a consultant will always trump a coach. I'm just going to say it's going to be better. Consultant's going to be better than a coach. However, certified coach, better than just coach. Okay, and again, you can call yourself a consultant without needing to have credentials. How come this never was showing live on the MLSP group? Eric, Facebook had a glitch. Okay, that's why I'm here now. It's Facebook had a glitch. Also, make sure, Eric, in this group, make sure you have notifications turned on for all posts. You may only have notifications turned on for highlights. It's in your settings for the group. This is for everybody. If you only have highlights set, you're going to miss some posts. And you might think this is important, but Facebook may not. So when you have highlights turned on, Facebook decides what to show you. If you don't want Facebook to decide for you, put notifications on for all posts. Okay, facts. Helpful. Light bulb went off for you. Nicole, I'd love to know what the light bulb was. Angela, LinkedIn is not a hand-holding site. Angela Brooks is also very adept at LinkedIn. I know she is. And yeah, not a hand-holding site. You're expected to put on the big boy and girl panties and do business. Okay. All right. If you have, okay, I already did that one. Yeah, Angela's saying she heard back from somebody that she started a conversation with back in December. Just got connected with her. So somebody may send you a connection request. You may send them a message and they never come back for a while. Okay. And they may even sound like lots of people now are sending messages, which I'm going to tell you all to do. Send a message with your connection request. They'll go, oh my God, loved your profile. Can't wait for us to talk. You write back and go, great, let's talk. A week goes by, a month goes by. Now, I think that is really poor salesmanship. Just saying. You send me a connection request, you say, that's poor salesmanship. But that's also somebody who needs training on how to do sales better. It's a prospect. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Tiffany, you're not going to get likes and hearts like you do on Facebook. Don't look at that as rejection. You will get likes. You don't get hearts. Well, they're starting to do more with that, but people don't like it. It just seems silly on LinkedIn. So you're right. A certified travel agent could do well on LinkedIn. Yes, they could if you know exactly how to make the right connections, Shirley. Okay, it'll be nice to connect with people who have lives too. Connect when there's time. Yeah. Okay. Janet, thank you. It is valuable, always valuable. Thank you. I'm glad because I feel like I've been preachy a little bit. Okay, but promoting MLSP services and products, would this be a good fit for LinkedIn? So Greg, that's what some of the folks have been saying here. So yes, but you wouldn't promote it the same way you do on Facebook because as I said, it would be you would position yourself as a digital marketing expert or an internet marketing expert. Positioning yourself, you've got to brand yourself on Facebook and you have to be offering what are considered professional services. So sometimes I will take a screenshot of an MLSP training on a Wednesday night. If it's been written like the one this last Wednesday was for LinkedIn, it specifically said LinkedIn. I took a screenshot of that and I had people come over and sign up for the webinar. But on a Wednesday webinar that's very much about Facebook and it says, or it's got languaging that very clearly would not go over on LinkedIn, I'm not going to take a screenshot of that. And I'm not going to share a link to the Wednesday webinar. There have to be people in the park across the street from me. I apologize. But I don't want to stop and close the door. So I'm going to keep on going over Frankie. Okay. So I am not going to invite a LinkedIn prospect to a Wednesday webinar if it's about Facebook. I'm just not. But what I would do is I would do what I've been doing, which is connect with people on LinkedIn, see what they do, figure out what kinds of services they would need. So an insurance agent needs clients. I'm going to connect with an insurance agent if I'm an internet marketing specialist. And I'm going to say to the insurance agent, hey, I'm connecting with you. How helpful has LinkedIn been in bringing you new clients? I'm going to say it 3 times because I just gave you all a big boom. Frankie, shh. I just gave you all a big boom here. A sentence, a question you can ask your connections. I got to shut the door. I'm back. Okay, here we go. Here's the question to ask. If they are in a position where they need clients or customers, okay? The question is, after you've made the connection request, the message you send is, how helpful has LinkedIn been in helping you create sales or in attracting sales to you? How helpful? Now, everybody can use that question, whether you're bringing them to MLSP or not. And here's how. So, you know how every rule has an exception? You have to legitimately be using LinkedIn though, because they will go check it out and see. And when you get them on the phone, you cannot do bait and switch. But if you're legitimately using LinkedIn and they come back to you and say, no, I'm not, you would say, well, wow, because it's been really helpful for me. I took a training about it. And remember, this live training that's coming up will be recorded. It'll be saved. So you can always give them access to the training as they become an MLSP member. And you can say to them, my business is whatever it is. Like, so I represent skincare products. I help women deal with menopause. And I figured out a way to be able to do that here on LinkedIn, because I'm going to teach you how to do it the right way, because I watched this training. Would you like to watch the training? Ba-boom. Now they're over to MLSP, straight to the LinkedIn training. That is why we're doing what we're doing. So we can give you something that doesn't exist right now to bring to people on LinkedIn, because we know more and more of you on LinkedIn. Is anybody like, is that good? Is that good? Like, drop me a boom if you love that question. How helpful has LinkedIn been in helping you make sales? Just make that your question you ask everybody. Because going forward, you will now have something to help them with if they say not very helpful. So great question, Greg. Okay, Monique says the same thing. LinkedIn groups look like a desert town. You had tumbleweeds flowing through them except for posts that have no comments on them. But I'm getting connections from group members. Exactly. And by the way, on this, I was going to save this for the challenge, but it's right here now. If you do actually comment on someone else's post in that group, you'd be the only one. Don't you think they would pay attention? It's like, oh my God, somebody actually commented. Who did? They'll go look at you and they'll make a connection with you. Okay, it's all about let's make a connection and see if we can work together. Know that that is what goes on. And I just got to brain move myself. Okay. Who remembers maybe about 2 years ago on Facebook, the network marketing groups here, you know, what we now call the spammy groups? Do you remember how often people would say, hey, who wants to connect up and see if we can help each other out? Like, you know, maybe I could refer my customers to you for that. You can refer your customers to me. I want to see, does anybody remember that? Or am I making stuff up that didn't exist? Okay. Nobody's responding yet. Just say, if you didn't, drop an X or say, I remember. Or maybe you're too new. Okay, don't worry about your dogs barking. Okay. Stories on LinkedIn. Tiffany's stories are coming up on LinkedIn more and more, and that's going to be maybe in the challenge, maybe not. Okay, yes, people are referring, remembering. On LinkedIn, that is still completely acceptable. On Facebook, it's not. We all know it's ploy just to show our product. You know, imagine this is a product. Let's get together and I'll show you mine and you show me yours. And in the back of our mind, both of us are thinking, I really don't care whether you refer me. I just want you to buy my product. Okay, that's how it used to be, and that's why it stopped. People are like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. It's a waste of my time. On LinkedIn, it's not a waste of time because people really mean it. Not that they're going to buy your product, but all right, tell me about your product. Somebody enrolled today. I don't know if she's here, so I'm not going to say her name, give her a shout out. She enrolled today because that's what we did. Let's get on and chat with each other. All right, so I'm going to tell you about my product. This is who it's for. And you're going to tell me about your product and who it's for. And then it's like, okay, now we know so that when I come across somebody, I'll be able to refer them to you. Now we're a real connection. And oh, by the way, if you really want to meet people who have an interest and are on LinkedIn, that's why I said to her, come to the LinkedIn training. You're going to meet a ton of people who actually match who you just told me you want to attract. We're all learning together. We're all going to connect with each other. It's probably the fastest way you'll ever meet those people. Just come and hang out in the challenge with us. See, there's another selling point for why people would want to do the challenge. All right, well, maybe you don't think you need any more training, but when you want to meet a lot more connections, like automatically, only we're all going to be there. We're all going to be connecting with each other. Fastest for $1. Do you know how much people pay for leads? A lot. That are not even warmed up. People pay for leads all the time, and they pay a lot more than $1. So you can just say to somebody, if you want to meet a lot more connections, it's $1 for the training. You might get a tip, but you're going to meet a ton of people in our group who are going to be sending connections to each other because we're doing that, right? Aren't we all? I'm already getting connection requests. Okay. How often do you do those types of connections looking at each other's products? Monique, are you actually asking me? Because I just said I did that today. I do that often. On LinkedIn, not on Facebook, on LinkedIn, because I know I'm dealing with a professional on LinkedIn. Uhu was at an advanced sales training workshop last weekend. Okay. Engaging on posts in groups. Yep. Okay, good. I think we've got it. LinkedIn sounds great for lighthouses. Shine your light, make connections, and keep providing value. Yes. The internal light. Yes. Completely. Yes. Just do it more professionally. Like, make sure if you are a lighthouse that the stripes are all painted, like there's nothing frayed or falling apart or missing. And again, I had really hoped to do a lot of show and tell today, but we will make sure that happens during the challenge because I'm already saving profiles, not of people here, but other people that don't have their stuff put together and people who do have their stuff put together. And so do the panelists. So I want to say thank you to those of you who don't know, Tiffany and Monique and Stephanie were panelists last night, and they've been here answering questions and sharing. Okay. Replying, I did that today and invited to the challenge. That's fabulous. Yep. On LinkedIn, that sharing of knowledge is absolutely accepted. Okay. I wasn't sure if you like to have, Monique, I'm not quite sure what you're saying here. If you like to have, if I like to have calls seeing their products, but I'm open to that concept. Well, if they match my audience profile, of course I want to know. It's a way for me to get to know them. They have to match my audience profile, though. I'm not just having conversations with anybody. Okay. I'm not talking to people who are looking for a job. I don't have a job to give them. So, no. But if somebody matches my audience profile and they want to engage and find out more at what I do and they want to tell me what they do, absolutely. All day long, I'll have those conversations. It's very different than on Facebook. Okay. I have to share tips I learned with MLSPV. I still have to get my better computer connected. Okay. All right. We're going to wrap here. Again, thank you to everybody who was here. Thanks for those of you dropping your nuggets in the chat. That's, Now we're in the LinkedIn mindset where everybody shares knowledge. Wisdompreneurs do really great on LinkedIn. That don't use that title, but if you have, okay, so this is my closing. I said it last night on the webinar. I'll say it again here today. Get your ebooks set. Use the generic lead gen campaigns in MLSP. Find an ebook or a report that someone who has your professional services would use. So if you are a licensed makeup specialist, then the skincare one would work for you. If you are a retirement specialist, repairing your credit might be the one for you. Okay? If you want to talk to chiropractors, because you're a chiropractor who uses CBD and you want other chiropractors to use CBD, use the CBD one. Okay? If you're a retirement specialist, you could also do work from home. You could do the work from home generic lead campaign. Get those ready because I'm going to teach you how to write articles during the challenge, taking that information, putting in an article, and in some of it, and inviting people in the article to get the actual full report or to get the actual ebook, to ask you for it. Or to take the funnel directly and put it in the article and say, click here for all the information. We can do that. Having those materials is what would be expected of a professional. It's not looked at as a sales piece. It's looked at, great, you've got a professional brochure. Let me take a look at it. So with that, Stacy Hall, the Go For Yes gal, we start on Saturday. Check the times. We make a time shift halfway through, so please double check. And my understanding is next Wednesday will be the last of the challenge. So the last day of the challenge, you'll still be able to bring people in to the challenge and they'll be able to watch the recordings. So you can be promoting this for the next week, folks, all the way through, and then afterwards as well. All right. Got your AWeber switched. Can't wait to learn to write the article. You're welcome. I'm so glad this is of value to you. Wishing you an abundance of yeses, and you know how to finish the sentence. Today, every day, all week long, all month long, all year long, and for all the years to come. It's always a joy to be with you. Thank you. Bye.